Hi, I'm Tina with the South Dakota Office of Emergency Management. Today I'm joined by Mayor Duchesne, the City of Lenox, as well as Harold Timmerman, the County Emergency Manager. Today we are sharing information with you, particularly the mayors, and we want to ensure that you're aware of what you should have for pre-planning ahead of an event and what you really should know for the first 12 to 24 hours after an event. We're going to share with you information in particular as to how important it is to have a relationship ahead of an event with your county emergency manager, like Harold is for Mayor Duchesne. Harold, what can a city like Lenox, who may have just been impacted by an event, do to support you as the county emergency manager? Or what can you do to support the mayor?
Well, we can come in and help them arrange things and coordinate things after an event that may have happened, whether it's flooding or a severe storm. We'll coordinate with their first responders in the city, and if we need to, bring in outside resources to help them.
In addition to that, the State Office of Emergency Management, by working through the county emergency manager, really does support municipalities and mayors such as yourself. We have individuals, regional coordinators that can come in. They are stationed across South Dakota. There is 6 of them, so they can quickly respond to an event and support you and the county emergency manager by getting you additional resources and helping you gather information that can then be shared with our office so that we can start thinking ahead to additional resources or information or entities that you might need to support you, such as other state agencies like the South Dakota Highway Patrol, DOT, or things of that nature. Mayor, what questions do you have for us today?
During the initial response, what do you think the most critical next steps are for mayors and what to think about?
Well, if your emergency manager person for the county isn't on scene already, you want to contact them so that they can be aware that you have damage and come and work with you. And they will notify our State Office of Emergency Management through our duty officer program that there is an incident in your locality, and they'll try and transmit the severity of that incident to our state people, and then they'll start making arrangements immediately should they need to help you beyond the resources that you may have locally here. And your county emergency manager can help coordinate all of that for you.
Absolutely. At the state office, we really do try to be proactive and support the county emergency managers. And as I mentioned, we can bring in other state agencies like Highway Patrol to help set up a curfew if that's needed, or limit area of the community that was maybe impacted. So there is other resources out there. An additional resource for that would be the South Dakota Incident Management Assistance Team. Again, that would be something that you would request through the county emergency manager, and we bring that team in free of charge, and they're able to come in and really support and help set up the initial command, logistics, resource support, and things like that to really support you during an incident as well.
So how do we continue to function as municipal government right after an incident?
Well, we encourage everyone to have a plan in place called the Continuity of Operations Plan, or COOP plan we call them, which is a basic outline of how we would function should your city office be damaged or be unusable after an incident. Where could you go to maintain your basic government function? Do you have another place in town that's possibly generated that you could use? And how many people would you need to make your local government function as it's needed until you can get restored back to your normal capabilities? And the county emergency manager can help you with that plan should you need that. And we encourage everyone to do that, because once an incident happens and you don't have a plan in place, it's difficult to make things happen immediately.
Yeah, I think looking at those plans ahead of time is certainly important. Certainly easier to pre-plan and do that prior to an incident. We certainly hope an incident doesn't occur, but we know in South Dakota we have very active weather patterns, and we're coming up on our busier time of year with spring and summer storms, and certainly have active winters in South Dakota as well. Another entity that is a resource for mayors to be aware of is voluntary agencies throughout South Dakota. There's a number of them. Red Cross is the one that immediately comes to mind, but certainly a lot of other entities that can support. And it's important to think of those, or as the county emergency manager, they're aware of them as well. And in our office, we can help identify some of those that can bring resources to you in your time of need. So I would say, is there any other questions or anything? We are kind of nearing the end. We want to keep this as short as possible.
None that I have at this time.
Yeah, none either.
Great. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you spending some time with us today. Thank you, Harold. And we'll wrap this up. Again, we want to keep it short and informational, but it is important to, again, build that relationship with your county emergency manager ahead of a disaster. Really important for mayors to have that relationship in place, and certainly able to reach out to your county emergency manager with questions if you want to dive deeper. We've only scratched the surface on a lot of these topics. It is a lot that we've covered for information, but the county emergency manager or your regional coordinator that is within our office is there to assist as well. With that, again, thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for watching our video. We do have some additional videos that you can access that have more specific information, and we'll put that information at the end of this video as well. Thank you.